Hey guys, I'm Shantae from naturalveganmama.com, where we're all about showing you how easy this vegan lifestyle can be. Today we're making vegan barbecue ribs, so let's get started and let's keep it easy. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 1.5 cup of wheat gluten, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of liquid smoke. And this stuff goes a long way, guys, so definitely use exactly 1/2 teaspoon. 1 tablespoon of tahini, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and lastly you'll need 3/4 cup of water and 1 teaspoon of better than bouillon. Just make sure the better than bouillon is vegetable based, and I will show you a picture of what that better than bouillon looks like. It's basically something that, like it's like bouillon. It's a broth, but it's condensed. It has all the herbs and veggies in there to make your dishes taste amazing. So I like to use this a lot, and so I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Okay, here are the directions that you'll need. You'll need to go ahead and preheat your oven at 375. And then you're going to oil a bread pan. I like to use bread pan for this because I like how it makes the ribs like short ribs. So you can use a larger pan if you do not have a bread pan. You'll just have to spread the dough out a little bit more. But if you can get your hands on a bread pan, even if it's like one from a grocery store that you're gonna throw away after, I highly recommend doing that. So what you're gonna do is combine all of the ingredients except the barbecue sauce. Make sure it's all of the dry ingredients, and you're going to save your water and your better than bouillon on the side. Once you have all of your dry ingredients in the bowl, you're going to take your teaspoon of better than bouillon and add that to the water, and then you're going to shake it up, mix it up, stir it up, get the better than bouillon totally dissolved into the water. And that's the water that you'll be adding to the dry ingredients so that you can start to form your dough. And now, technically the tahini is not considered a dry ingredient, but I did go ahead and add that last before I started to add my better than bouillon and my water mixture. So what you want to do is just mix all of those ingredients up. Mix it up as much as you can. You can use a fork if you want, or a spoon. And once you've done that for a while, it'll be time for you to go ahead and get your hands in there. So what you want to do is get your hands in there, start to knead the dough, because what you want to do is make sure that you're kneading it for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Definitely do not want to go less than 1 minute on this, because it's going to make sure the texture is on point. Make it have that meaty texture like ribs. And if you do not knead it, I'll just go ahead and tell you straight up, you're gonna have a spongy texture. So definitely do not skip on this one, guys. Make sure you're kneading that dough for at least 1 minute to 2 minutes. So now that your dough has been totally kneaded, you've kneaded it for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, now it's time to go ahead and put your kneaded dough into that baking pan. And I said earlier that you're gonna oil the pan before it's time to put the dough in it. You can use oil or you can use vegan butter. It's basically the same thing. In this case, I used vegan butter. So what you wanna do now is go ahead and pat the dough down in the baking pan. Make sure you're flattening it evenly. Go ahead and spread it all out. Don't miss any corners. You want it to take the shape of the bread pan. And as you can see here, it's definitely making a shape as a short rib. You know, they're not long, they're very stubby, which I like that. Makes it easy to eat, easy to pick up, fun to eat. Kids love it. And I'm just going to continue to flatten these out evenly. And once I get it flat to how I like it, I'm going to go ahead and take a knife, and I'm going to cut the short ribs so that I have about 6 total. And what I found is when I use a baking pan like this, a bread pan, and I get about 6 ribs, I can serve about 2 per person. So you'll end up having about 3 servings because you'll have 6 ribs. And if you want to have more, let's say you're feeding more people or you want to have more servings, then you can go ahead and double it, and then you'll be able to have 6 servings or feed 6 people at one time. So as you can see here, I'm done cutting. The dough is ready to go into the oven. It's gonna come out magically like vegan ribs. Trust me on this, guys, it tastes amazing. You may also know this as seitan. If you're new to veganism, if you're newly transitioning, you may not have heard of seitan before, but this is basically seitan, and we're going to season it to taste like vegan ribs. So you'll wanna bake this for about 25 to 30 minutes. You're gonna brush the barbecue sauce of your choosing on both sides, and then you're gonna bake it for another 15 minutes, and then add more barbecue sauce and go ahead and brush that additional barbecue sauce all over it, and then it's ready to serve. Look how amazing this looks, guys. Now you know how easy it is to make vegan ribs. The full recipe is on my blog, and I'll put a link below so you can get all the details. Also, if you're interested in the mac and cheese, I will link that as well. So if you like what you guys are seeing here, definitely give this video a like. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and thank you so much for watching. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you want to check out what I'm cooking up over there, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.